This portion of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you in part by Gabriel Pizza.
Okay, all quiet on the set right now, but you may have actually heard us laughing in Canada. A little inside joke for the LCBO team. Someone from the back, who you'll see now, said, okay, remember, bottom up for the check. Is that a little toasting joke?
That's hilarious, yeah.
Mark Eddy is the district manager for Ottawa West, and if you perhaps went into an LCBO in the month of December, maybe, to buy a little something to toast, what's your favorite thing to toast with?
Oh, definitely bubbles.
Okay, I knew you were either a
Any kind
Prosecco
of-
Cava or a
absolutely.
champagne gal. But this has become such an important fundraiser, Mark, for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. What have you done?
Well, do you want to flip the check?
Oh, let's flip the check, bottoms up, so to speak, and toast to the LCBO. I guess you just wanted the number to speak for itself.
747, yeah, it's our new high record for us, so very proud.
Okay, I think that is toast worthy, so we would encourage all of you to do that, and in the month of December, of course,
Absolutely.
help at the LCBO. Thank you all very, very much. JJ, $747,000 plus?
That is absolutely amazing. That's great.
Wonderful.
I know we have some. We've got fabulous folks here. We've got Angie Poirier, and we have Stuntman Stu, and Magic 100 is beautifully represented, might I say.
Beautifully. Beautifully right here.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, great. It's so nice to have Boki back again. It's
Yeah.
like we pass in the halls every once in a while, but we're on different shifts, so it's nice to have us all together, kind of like a little CHEO family thing going on here every year.
And
That's
you
right.
have your little one?
Yes, yeah, I have 3 kids, right? So I know what CHEO is all about. I've spent some time at CHEO, as many of us have, and we know the importance of everything that we're doing here today.
You are the best. Oh, and Gabriel's is in on this.
Gabriel's.
This just in. A $2 Toonie donation. Gabriel Pizza donates $2 from every large pizza ordered online this afternoon.
Woo!
So that's it. There you go.
Pizza
Order a
night.
pizza. Come on in.
Nobody's
Nice
cooking.
thing. Order a pizza. Nobody's cooking. And $2 goes to CHEO.
Wonderful.
Thank you, two lovely folks, for being with us again. We're going to have
Our
more
pleasure.
fun coming back right after we say hi once again to Graham and the gang at the desk.
All right, thanks, Jay and Angie and Stu. We've got a new topic this hour. Edward Guerra is Development and Rehabilitation Department with CHEO. Welcome, Eduardo. Appreciate you being here. We're talking about kids with disabilities. Margaret Samble is here. You're the mom of Robbie, 3.5 years old.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about Robbie. And he's nonverbal and he can't walk, but there's other things at 3.5 years old that he's doing that is brightening your lives.
Oh yeah, he's a charmer,
Yeah.
for sure. He's a super cheerful little guy. He just everybody loves him everywhere he goes. He's got a developmental delay caused by a chromosomal deletion and duplication. But
I bet you it's been a learning experience for your
sure
family,
has,
right?
Yeah. So
Before he was born, you knew something might be amiss.
right.
Were you very worried about it?
Yes.
Obviously, it is number 3.
He's
Child
number three. Yeah. So he wasn't growing. 24 weeks. We knew there was something the matter, but it did manage to carry him through to 33 weeks. He was born at 2.5 pounds, really tiny for 33 weeks. We immediately started getting help from CHEO because we had CHEO specialists coming over. He was at the NICU at the General, and ophthalmology came, diagnosed a left optic nerve hypoplasia, which means his left optic nerve didn't develop properly. Because of that diagnosis, we did a microarray, found about his chromosomal deletion and duplication, and that led to the diagnosis that he was going to be delayed. He was just 2 weeks old, teeny tiny. It's hard to believe, but they know what they're talking about at CHEO, so
Right.
they were right. And
as child number 3, you're a pro. This is not how you envision things, though, obviously.
no.
So how you must move on. You have no choice.
Right, that's true.
And so what was that like in those early days, and how does that compare now?
Yeah, so in the early days it was really hard, but we did have a lot of support. We've been seen by, at one point we were being followed by 11 departments at CHEO, 11 specialists. Now we're down to 6. So as things have settled down, as we've figured out more things about Robbie as we go along, we've got a better idea of what to expect and how he's doing, and now we're at the preschool at CHEO, development and rehab. He's there 3 days a week. He sees speech therapy.
So you're seeing progression?
Oh yeah,
which is wonderful, right?
Yes,
lots of victories, lots of victories.
Oh yeah.
And we're going to talk more about that with Eduardo in just a moment with some of the other children you work with, the kinds of things you're doing. And also the surprises in store for you, even in the last few hours.
That's right.
Right? Stay with us for that. We want to head over to Leanne with another great big check, we hope. They're all big checks, right?
A great big check that represents a great big slice or a lot of slices of pizza. We are here with George, Ray, Amal, and Michael representing, well, you call it
Gabe's.
Most people call it Gabriel's Pizza. I just had a piece not knowing you were the next presentation, so thank you for feeding everyone here.
That was the plan.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're so glad because throughout the year you do so much. I know you had a miracle match, but what does Gabriel's do for the Children's Hospital and why, George?
Well, the reason why is, first of all, CHEO is dear to our hearts. My son Michael spent some time there as a neonate.
And look at you now, 12 and really tall.
So ever since I spent the time in the neonatal unit at CHEO, it really grew on me. And when we came out with Michael, I basically said to my wife and to my family, I said, no matter what, every year I want to be part of the CHEO Telethon and help out whichever we can through Gabriel's.
You have.
So we have, yeah.
Thank you. And I knew you were a big deal, but I didn't know there were 40 Gabriel's Pizzas in and around Eastern Ontario. Let's flip this check because you've brought along a check for
$10,000.
That's a lot of pizza, Stu and Angie.
Well, Leanne, I love the fact that Costco is here. Costco Barhaven and Costco Nepean. Hello, Costco Barhaven. Can I see your membership cards, please? I'm just kidding. Sit down. I see you all the time at the cash. Tell me what's on your head.
What's on my head is the great generosity of our members in Barhaven in the area. Every year they really support me very well. CHEO is my favorite charity when it comes to raising money, and I don't mean to, throw flowers at myself, but because of these people that support me every year, I've raised $8,301.05.
That's unbelievable. I love going through your cash. The infectious spirit at Costco is unbelievable. Angie, what do you have over there?
Well, I'm here in the front row with our brand new phone bank people, and I have the mayor here. Look at this, Mr. Jim Watson on his first shift. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really pleased to be joined with David McGinty and John Fraser, and looking forward to receiving a couple calls. We had one during the Miracle Match for $50, and once again it shows how generous the people of Ottawa are supporting the greatest hospital for children in all of Ontario, if not Canada. So I know it's a sunny day. Maybe if people hear the television on inside, go in, phone, pledge online, and support this amazing hospital for our kids.
Yes, Ottawa finally has a nice sunny day, right?
At last. Thanks, JJ.
So, David, why did you want to be here today? And, of course, obviously so important for our area.
We're so lucky to have CHEO in this region. It's unbelievable. Right across the country, people marvel because we've got this hospital. It's really important for people to call in. Now's the time. We need your support. Any amount. We'll take the call. Put the mayor and myself to work.
I was just going to say, put these lovely gentlemen to work right now. Right, Graham, back to you for now.
That's great. Thanks so much, Angie, and great to see everybody here. We are talking about children with significant disabilities and how CHEO helps them evolve. And Margaret's son, Robbie, has shown some tremendous progress, facing challenges, but tremendous progress. Eduardo Guerrero is with the Development and Rehab Department. Tell us about kind of the work that you do. So, a family like the Sambles knows something is coming, and then when you get involved, how do you get involved?
Well, I get the families to come in, and if I'm lucky, I get maybe the help from OTs or PTs, physiotherapists, occupational therapists to guide me a little bit in what we are working towards, and then we put all our thoughts together and try to find a customized solutions to help the kids achieve whatever goal it is that they're working on.
Maybe a bit more movement, a bit more verbal.
Absolutely.
Something that gets them progressing.
Right, right.
Talk a bit about what you've brought here and how it's a toy.
Yeah, it is a toy. It's a run-of-the-mill toy, and part of my job is actually to modify things so that can be used with a single switch, as to be able to be accessed by the kid that has limited mobility or not enough reach or not good targeting. So a toy like this, I do my magic, and then you can press a switch and it'll go. There you go.
Something as simple as this, because it has a remote switch or a switch attached to a cord, they can make it do things that other kids can make happen.
Correct.
And they get a sense of satisfaction, sense of accomplishment, goal setting, also pure joy, because it's fun to do this over and over again. Right?
That's a great toy.
And does Robbie engage with this kind of thing?
Absolutely. Yeah. So
do you see the joy of a child? Obviously,
absolutely.
You do. You must.
It's a great learning tool because those things that you want a child to learn, how to give, how to take turns, how to wait, how to ask for things. These are all things that maybe come a little easier for some kids, but with a little extra help, we're going to get there with kids like my son.
And play is not just about having fun, right? It's how we learn. It's how we, like you talk about, giving, sharing, taking turns, working in a group, all of those things. So something as simple as this, and what's it like when you see kids like Robbie engaging? What's that like?
Goodness, it's fantastic. It gives me a sense of satisfaction that something that for me is so small can, be such a game changer for kids like Robbie, for example. Help them participate in play with other kids and the siblings and so on.
It's so simple, the news anchor can't leave it alone. I mean, come on. Like, this is great. But I mean, we're all kids at heart. We're going to be back in just a moment here at the anchor desk talking about some significant challenges for kids and how kids like Robbie are being brought out and progressing. But before we do that, we want to go back to Leanne for more money. Always good with that, Leanne.
So true, Graham. We found it really interesting as well. You weren't alone at all, and we're never alone when it comes to the Fairmont Chateau Laurier. And Deneen Perrin and her daughter, Sophia, you are here with this beautiful, long-standing festive occasion that raises so much for CHEO, Deneen.
Yes, so this year we had the 21st annual Trees of Hope. I'm losing track. 21st annual Trees of Hope.
You put so much work into it, it probably feels like 20.
And we had 34 amazing companies that come out and sponsor, and our community gets involved and they donate to this event. And without them, we wouldn't have the amount that we have today.
Now, Deneen is also a CHEO mom. Your son, Alex, Sophia, you've only visited, but your son, Alex, was treated there. But the good news on that front is Alex couldn't be with us today because
he's at swimming lessons. So he had open heart surgery when he was born, and now he's either swimming or playing soccer or playing hockey. So we're very lucky and very fortunate to have CHEO in our community.
And you're never too busy to help with the telethon and the amount of
106,321.
Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Deneen. And Alex will be cheering you on at the swim meet. Stu.
Leanne, that's awesome. We are now with the Senator's first captain in modern history, Laurie Boschman, and his wife, Andrea. Laurie, what brings you to this telethon?
Well, Stu, as part of the community, we've been here for 26 years now as former players, and it's nice. There's obviously Mark Borvietsky and his wife Terry are here too as current players, and it's nice to give back to the community. I think that's something that as a player in a community, you're always reminded of that. So it's really nice for us to be here.
Boro, one day you'll be like this old guy.
Probably sooner rather than later.
What brings you to this telethon?
Being lifelong residents of Ottawa, I think everyone's been touched by CHEO or known someone who's used the help of CHEO in some way. Just such an important cause to give back to.
It's great to see you and great to see your wives as well. Angie?
Well, Stu, if you've ever had a child at CHEO, you definitely know the face that I'm right beside right now, who, of course, has brought the bubbles and offered me a brownie. Molly Penny, how are you doing today?
Very good, very good. complain at all.
Tell me about the little pink that you have in your hair and what that signifies.
Oh, that's for Pink Day. We did it at CHEO with one of the little boys that actually wore a pink dress. And one of the other little kids got all into pink. So every year, that's why the pink.
Now, you recently just celebrated with CHEO a very big birthday.
Yes.
45 years.
No, I'm 4. Now I'm going to 5. Okay. Just so you get that straight.
But CHEO is 45.
They can be 45, but I'm just 5 now.
Wonderful.
That's why I cut the cake in the middle.
Yes, exactly.
Because I wanted to keep it, because the kids only think I'm 5 now.
Well, of course, because you are forever young. Thank you very much. You make us smile all the time. Graham, back to you.
Thanks, Angie. She's a great part of at 5 years old or at whatever. Only turning 5. That's great. And 45 years for CHEO. We're talking about kids with developmental challenges. Margaret Sample's son, Robbie, is nonverbal and can't walk. He's 3.5. But you've seen and we've talked about the progression. And then there's a few setbacks and a bit of a surprise even last night.
Even last night, yeah.
Tell us what happened.
So Robbie has been 2 years seizure-free. We just weaned him off of an anti-seizure medication a week ago, and then last night at 1 a.m. He had a seizure. So that was very scary. We thought we were done with this, but we went into CHEO and we got great care. We feel like, it's disappointing to come off that medication and be having a seizure again. We really thought we were putting that behind us, but I'm really glad that we were really well prepared for this. Our neurologist, Dr. Doja, had talked us through. We felt like we knew what to do, and that was really great. And then we got great care at CHEO.
If something happens, here's what you do.
Yeah.
And you had to have all that kick in.
Yes. Yeah.
So it sounds like you have a lot of balls in the air,
oh, yeah.
right? And it's lots of positives, like he playing with the toy, and then there's things like last night.
Yeah.
And parenting's hard. At any level. So how challenging is this? This is challenging,
it's
right?
It's challenging, yeah. I said I'm going to try not to cry with my makeup all done nice.
That's fine. That's fine.
I do really feel like it opens up this whole discussion again of are these triggered seizures? Is this something that's he's going to grow out of? If it's a febrile seizure, then lots of kids have febrile seizures, whether or not they have global developmental delay. If it's epilepsy, then we're talking about a different path ahead. I do feel really confident we're going to have a good conversation with Dr. Doja about a path forward, and I mean, if he's going to have seizures, I feel like I know how to handle them. So it was so scary 2 years ago when we were going through this process of not knowing what it looks like. If you've never seen an infant have a seizure, it's very scary. It looks like they're stopping breathing. From there to now, where I feel empowered and I feel like I know what to do. We were able to give him midazolam, bring him out of that seizure. The paramedic commented to me when he was dropping us off at CHEO Emerge that he doesn't like going to calls when it's for kids. You can imagine that. It's very stressful.
Sure.
And when he arrived and he sees parents who are calmer than he is, and he's like, we're going to be okay.
Wow. Wow. So, and we'll talk a bit more about that. We've got to go to another, but thank you for sharing that, because when people donate, when people are giving money today, this kind of care is people like you and Robbie are benefiting from that, and sometimes we lose sight of that in the bigger picture. So, and just last night, folks, into Emerge, the Warren family welcomed daughter Charlotte into the world in September 2017. Soon after, they were told she would not survive. These heartbroken parents made plans for her final hours. She was brought to Roger Nielsen House. Her parents decided to live every moment of their beautiful baby's life with joy and with love.
The seizures began shortly after birth, followed by the worst possible news.
On her third day, they did an MRI. And from the MRI, they discovered that she had no functioning brain. Just a tiny little piece of her brain stem was still functioning. And they didn't think that it was enough even for her to know to breathe.
Broken-hearted Anne-Marie and Tommy Warren prepared to let their newborn daughter go.
So we took her breathing tube out, and we had family pictures taken, and she kept breathing. And we had about an hour in the garden, and the nurse and the doctor checked her heart rate, and they said it was slowing, and that her breathing was slowing. And it was really important to me that she passed away on my chest.
Back at the NICU, Charlotte opened her eyes, even started to hiccup. Baby Charlotte wasn't ready to go, not yet.
So we came to Roger Nielsen House for what was expected to be maybe a few hours or a day. And we stayed at Roger Nielsen House with her for 37 days.
Days her parents came to call Charlotte time.
Baby. We wanted to have as many firsts as we could, and we wanted to live every moment to the fullest.
That time, Anne-Marie says, wasn't about dying. It was about living.
Charlotte's time was going to be short, but the focus from the very beginning was to build tangible pieces of memory.
Mommy and Me yoga, snuggles, reading books, marking the holidays. At 1 month, Charlotte met 60 friends and family, a milestone no medical professional thought she'd make.
Despite medical opinion and science and fact, ultimately, children like Charlotte are in the driver's seat.
But there were also constant reminders that Charlotte was medically fragile. When her last day did arrive, her mom knew.
I got up and I took her to the nurse's station first thing in the morning and told them, like, today's the day.
On October 28, 2017, at 44 days old, Charlotte Warren died in the arms of her family.
Her, my husband, and I just snuggled in the bed until she passed away.
Roger Nielsen House was her only home.
I love to come here as much as I can. I've been here 3 times this week.
The bereavement groups now include one called Pregnancy After Loss, where Anne-Marie can share worries and concerns and cautiously let joy back in.
It's very much a roller coaster of emotions, yeah. We're feeling like everything isn't going to be okay until he's here and in our arms.
It is time for us to do yet another miracle match. And we are fortunate to have a facility like Roger Nielsen House in our community. And we thank those fabulous folks that are there and will continue to be there for our kids. And we would ask you to be there for our kids right now. And we're going to get a little bit of help in asking. Right now it's time for a $5,000 miracle match. DE Systems, simplifying the complex. Well, there's nothing complex about this. Let's start up with a little bit of music. Let's put on a little bit of a clock. Let's crank it up to 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, it's already cranking down. This is not good. No, wait. It is good. It's great. You have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to call 613-738-1450. 613-738-1450. Why in heaven's name would you call now? Well, we have a $5,000 miracle match going on right now, sponsored by DE Systems. That's why. How's that work? Oh, it's simple. It's really good. $100 becomes $200. Really? Yeah. DE Systems will kick in the other 100. The 100 that you kicked in, yeah, DE going to match it. Oh, that's what the miracle match is all about. We have some nice people on the phones. But you can see everybody comes to the telethon to do something important, Your Worship.
You're on air right now, ma'am. $25 pledge. Thank you. What part of the community are you from? Cornwall, the Seaway Valley. JJ Clark wants to say hello.
Hey, that's terrific. Hi, who's this? Doreen, you're the best. Thank you so much. Your worship, thank you. You're the best too. Thank you. There's Doreen checking in on this miracle match. How good is that? Doreen's got a pledge for the mayor, and the kids of Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec are going to say thank you very much. Both of them working together. And what brought them together? Oh man, where do we start? The miracle match itself? Yeah, that did actually. But you know, a strong belief in CHEO and the community and everybody getting together and working hard to just achieve a common goal. It's pretty simple. The common goal is the very best. Okay, there's not much simple about the very best, I'll give you that. But it is our common goal to have the very best health care for our kids. It's our common goal to make sure that CHEO is there when we need CHEO. One of the scariest things in the world as a parent is arriving at CHEO in an ambulance with your child. Hands up. Yeah, a lot of hands. A lot of people have been here, been there. And we got a lot of people here wanting to help. And a $5,000 miracle match brought to you by DE Systems seems to me to be the perfect time to do it. So pick up that phone and call us 613-738-1450. That's 1450 and make a miracle happen right here. DE Systems is saying, hey, thanks a whole bunch, CHEO, for being so great. And here's another good, just got a miracle match. Who'd you hear from? Who's the first name?
Holly.
Holly, how much?
She gave $5 for Miracle Match, and she just donated $15 before that.
How good is Holly? Thank you so much, Christiane, for being here as well. Now, let us go back to the board.
JJ, the next time you or anyone watching is on an Airbus, Captain Jason Neal may in fact be your pilot. Thank you for being here because we'll all be flying at high altitude when we share this check with everyone. Air Canada, longtime partner with CHEO, Captain Neal.
Yes, Air Canada is a proud partner with CHEO for the last 15 years, actually close to 2 decades now. The Air Canada Foundation provides a lot of financial grants, airline tickets for fundraising for over 15 Canadian pediatric hospitals. The next time you're flying on Air Canada, please donate any of your loose change. It all goes to hospitals just like CHEO.
We want to thank you so much. We would like to flip this check over, a check for $52,500. Thank you so very much. Graham.
Some fantastic numbers. Thanks, Leanne. Wonderful, wonderful to see that. We're talking this hour as we're heading to the bottom part of the hour. It's whipping by here. We're almost at 5:30. We're talking about children with developmental challenges, with disabilities, and Eduardo is part of the support network at CHEO. We talked about the toys that I can't stop playing with. Talk a bit about what else your department does when you have a family like the Sambles. What are the things you look at?
Well, we team up with other disciplines as to find customized solutions to help these children reach a number of goals and also to gain independence, whether it is at home or at school. For example, we have a team of which I'm part of and two other colleagues that we can actually go into the school setting or at home and just see how the environmental controls can be automated for, turning out switches, lights on, off, opening a door, closing a door.
Small things that a lot of us take for granted that if you can modify, you can engage the child that can help them develop.
Absolutely, and to gain independence and gain freedom.
We will talk more about that, the little things, the big things, and in caring for kids who need a lot of help. And part of that help is coming from this number. We're going to do an update right now at 5:30. We're heading all the way to 7 o'clock. And let's have a look at our new number right now. If we can, there it is. We are, last one we were at 4 million. We're well over $5 million. $5,020,875. Thank you very much, Ottawa, Quebec, the Valley. Wonderful number, and let's keep going. We're up until 7 o'clock. Let's head to Stuntman Stu on the phones and hopefully more people calling. Stu.
Graham, that is a ton of money, and these people here know all about money. At TD Bank, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who am I going to talk to? I don't know. Fadia. Fadia, what branch are you from?
Branch 229 at Bank and Heron.
And why is this telethon so important for TD?
Well, you know what? As a member of the community and as parents, CHEO is a very important organization for all of us.
I see you brought your son.
Yeah,
All right, ladies.
This is Nathan.
Hi there. How are you doing? Thank you. And we're so honored to be here today. There's so many great things, and we appreciate being able to give back.
Look at TD, well represented today. Good job, TD. Angie?
I wanted to introduce you to Brenda Robinson, who is sitting here in our front row. Hello, Brenda.
Hello.
Certainly one of our heroes for CHEO, and many parents may recognize this face. You have spent how many years at CHEO?
I just retired after 20 years in oncology at CHEO, but many more before that as well.
So just sailing into retirement. I was sent over here, obviously, to congratulate you on that. But, I mean, it obviously must be a little bit bittersweet to leave the magic of CHEO at the same time.
Well, I don't like to think I've left it. I like to still give, but yeah, it's hard to have said goodbye to so many wonderful families and children, and I miss them greatly, as well as all my coworkers and the other staff at CHEO, right from the top to the bottom.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all your years spent. It was such a wonderful place, and for all of the years that you've put into the children of our area.
Thank you.
Enjoy the big R. Graham, back to you.
All right, thanks, Angie. Fantastic. And we're talking with Margaret Samble, and Robbie is her son. He's 3.5 years old. You wanted to talk about part of his routine every week. It's preschool at CHEO.
Yes.
And tell us about that. Is it different than, in quotes, a normal preschool?
It's an amazing place.
Yeah.
Robbie gets great. His teachers are wonderful. The care is very specialized. He sees his therapists in preschool. And everybody is so happy to see Robbie when he arrives. They just love him there, and you feel that when he arrives. And Robbie loves it there. If we arrive a minute early, he's crawling and trying to get in the door, wants to know, he knows where those toys are, and he loves it there.
And that routine of it, what's that like as a parent? It must be a wonderful part of his growth, right?
Yeah, he's learned so much in the year. He started in September. He was commando crawling. Now he's hands and knees crawling. He can now.
What's commando crawling?
Like you imagine a soldier crawling underneath
sure.
a wire.
That's a good description.
Yes.
Right.
and now he's hands and knees, up on his hands and knees. Can pull to standing with assistance. Like just huge gains. He wasn't really making any sounds. Now he does mama and dada, babbling, and just you see everybody being so excited for all those gains that he's doing. All of the team at preschool is cheering him on, and we were talking about his brother and sister cheering him on as well. For every little sound that he makes, he gets a great big clap, and he loves it. Giggles his head off. He's
How
so
old
happy.
are they? How old are the sisters?
They're 8 and 6.
8 and 6. So you've got a very full life, very busy life.
Yeah.
And this is a big part of it. Briefly, at first, obviously it's a shock, or it's a like, what are we going to do? I would imagine.
Right.
Has it evolved to a point? This is the way our family is now operating, and this is our life.
Yes. Yeah.
And did you get to a point, or was that right away when he was born?
Oh,
or did
no.
It took. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I would say that the first year and a half of Robbie's life was we were, adjusting, learning as we went along. And when he got his seizure diagnosis at just over a year, that really helped us to feel like now we know what's going to happen. Now we know how to deal with this. But when we didn't know, when we weren't sure why he was stopping breathing, it was terrifying because we didn't know what the cause was. We didn't know when it was going to happen next.
Which of course, ripples through the whole family.
Yeah.
Ripples through every part of your life.
Try and sleep if you think your baby's not going to sleep.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine. But the plus side, of course, is that you're in a different place now.
Yes.
And a better place, and hopefully, as the years go on, it'll continue to improve. And we're going to talk more about that. We can talk for hours about this.
Oh yes, I'll never stop talking about Robbie. I'm so proud.
It's wonderful. For many children, their CHEO journey can be very, very long. Then it's over. But something magical can happen. Michael O'Byrne shows us.
So there's a tradition here at CHEO. When a young patient has completed their cancer treatment, they get to ring a very special bell. Mano?
Yes, so Josh, your day has come, so let's hear it.
Hey, Josh, I got a quick question for you. How does it feel to be done?
Very good.
Very good.
Very,
Did they treat you really good here at CHEO?
yes, very good. They did treat me very well.
Do you want to ring the bell again just for fun?
Sure.
Go ahead. Do it one more time. What a great way to end our time here at CHEO. Josh is just an example of the many, many success stories here at CHEO. His work is over here, but your work isn't over. The telethon continues. Please be as generous as you can for the sake of so many children, including this little guy, Josh.
That's great for Josh. Martin is with us. Martin, you're a captain with Air Canada. We couldn't be happier to have you guys with us. And for many, many years, Air Canada and CHEO have been thick as thieves. Real great friends.
Yeah, we're very proud partners of CHEO as well as other pediatric hospitals in Canada. One of the programs we do is the hospital travel program, where we make it possible for children and their families to travel from remote communities or to hospitals where certain kinds of care are available.
Oh, that's fabulous. Well, I love Air Canada, he said, being an Aeroplan member. Would you flip that over for us, please? And Martin, we have this. How about this, folks? This is pretty good, huh? 10. How about that? Thank you. $10,000 Miracle Match, Air Canada Foundation. Thank you. All right. From 30,000 feet, it is now time to begin as the clock counts down. From Air Canada, they're footing the bill here, folks. We're asking you to make a little contribution, and Air Canada is going to pick up the slack, as it were. So here's the deal. You call us, 613-738-1450. Air Canada have got this one covered for you. So that telephone and a miracle match, $10,000 worth, will certainly make this little flight worth a lot to the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. So that's the deal on the day. 2 minutes left to give us a call at 613-738-1450. Or you can call us toll free if you like at 1-888-738-1450. You can do that too. Terrific telephone volunteers. Richard Patton is with us here. Richard kind of ran the show, or the gals ran the show over at the foundation. Richard just sat back and said thanks and watched all that wonderful work being done. And still being done. Thanks to Richard, Fred Bartlett, Norma, a few other scallywags over there over the years. Happy to know them. Happy they are back here to help us out again. After all those years. 1 minute and 25 seconds. Give us a telephone call, won't you please? 738-1450 or 1-888-738-1450. Our hashtag hero for CHEO. It'd be great if you call. We've got some phones ringing. That is terrific. We're all over and done, by the way. 7 o'clock. A little shorter hours this time around, but nevertheless, some great telephone calls and wonderful people. There's a $20 pledge coming in from Lawrence on River Road. Lawrence on River Road. Thank you, Lawrence on River Road. That pledge turns into a $40 contribution. There's $100 from Donita. $100 from Donita. That's $200. This is adding up very nicely. We can get you on the ledger if you so desire. We're happy to put your name down. 613-738-1450. $10,000 miracle match. Air Canada Foundation. $10,000 miracle match. Plenty of time, too. Plenty of telephones. Plenty of good reasons to call us. 738-1450. Air Canada Foundation. Up and away. With another 10 seconds still, it's a great investment in the community. Thank you, Air Canada, for all you've done and all you continue to do and will do for CHEO. You are, in fact, the best. Thanks for making a miracle happen right here.
JJ, it's a CHEO day, so let's help in the farm boy way. Oh, did a bad spin on your jingle.
Okay, that's okay.
We have Rachel Perry here, who's with Farm Boy with a really delicious check. And Rachel, tell us what you do at Farm Boy and how you've helped the hospital.
So I'm the community events manager at Farm Boy, and we run 2 annual campaigns. So one called the Coupon Book for Kids and the Coupon Cookie, the Charity Cookie, and all the funds raised in our Ottawa stores go towards the CHEO Foundation.
Fantastic, and everything that comes out of that kitchen is delicious. So is this check. I promise I won't sing again unless you pay me to. Let's flip this check over. You have brought along
$89,727.
That's a lot of cookies. Fantastic. Thanks so much, Rachel. Stu.
Oh, Leanne, love Farm Boy, love Farm Boy. I have a message here from the Armpire Knights of Columbus. They want to challenge other service clubs to match or beat their $400 gift. Thank you to the Armpire Knights of Columbus for your donation. That's awesome. Stephanie Friel, what brings you out every year?
My children, they are now healthy, but they spent some time at the neonatal intensive care unit at CHEO, and I'm paying it back now because they saved their lives.
And you know about the caring at CHEO firsthand, absolutely.
Absolutely, and I've seen the difference that these telethons can make. I had one child in the former NICU and one in the one that was renovated afterwards, and such a massive difference for families and patients, and it's just been an amazing experience being part of CHEO.
Thank you, Stephanie. That's got to convince you. Angie?
Stu, I have Angel and Sasha here with me, also volunteering from Costco today. So Angel has her inspiration right here under her name. Angel, tell us about your experience at CHEO.
So mainly with my second son, Mr. Odin down there. Right from day one, he was born constantly throwing up, constantly sick, never gained any weight. Up until about the first year of his life, actually, we were back and forth with different specialists. They all gave up on him. We went through CHEO, and CHEO was the only one that was there for him. They knew something was wrong, and with that, we did nuclear medicine for him and testing, and they were able to get him right on track, and now he's soaring through it all. CHEO.
So you know that trek back and forth for so many months to CHEO.
Absolutely. We love CHEO.
And Sasha, you, like many of us, you just remember a lot of years going to CHEO.
Yeah, no, I've definitely had my fair share of experiences there. They've been amazing. They've always provided great services, and it's a great organization to support, and I encourage everybody to please call and make a donation.
All right, wonderful to see you volunteering. Thank you both for being here. All right, JJ, back to you.
Hang on a second. Can we have a giant round of applause for JJ Clark for bringing the amazing forecast for the last 4 days?
Yay!
Hasn't it been amazing?
Sunshine.
Finally.
I know.
Finally, Jay.
I know. It is like this. Even Angie was saying, it's like the Sunday at the CHEO Telethon for the last 30 years has been the best year of the year, weather-wise.
Yes. Yeah, it's just beautiful, glorious weekend in Ottawa. Everyone has the spring in their step. Everyone's happy it's finally here.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels good to be doing this on a weekend like this.
It sure does. It feels really
It feels
good.
great.
Yeah, thank you so much, both of you, for being here. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
And let's go back and see what's going on with Leanne. She has a guest.
Thank you, Jay, Andrew, and Stu. If you're a gamer out there and you like games like
War Machine, Rocket League,
Classic Monkey Island,
Star Trek Online,
Rimworld. Anything that you can possibly think of.
anything you could possibly think of for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. This event is called Extra Life. Tell us about it, Christy.
So it's basically a 24-hour gaming event to raise funds for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Ours, of course, will be CHEO. You can play any time of year. You can play any game you want, sports, card games, video games, you name it.
That's great, and no one can tell you you're gaming for too long when you're gaming for CHEO.
Exactly, exactly.
If you would flip this check over, it is beautiful. What game did you say is yours?
Rocket League.
And you guys are in the Rocket League. This is amazing. $68,000 plus. That's a lot of good gaming, Graham. I don't know, are you a gamer?
I would not call myself a gamer, but I'm thrilled that that number's there from the gamers. That's fantastic. Thanks so much. We're wrapping up this very interesting hour. We're talking with Eduardo Guerra and Margaret Samble about kids who have developmental disabilities who are facing challenges. One of the things we talked about was the toy library and this great toy that we've been playing with. Tell us a bit more about that, Eduardo, how it works, the library.
So we have this beautiful catalog of about 2,000 items, from very high-tech items to very low-tech items, and books and so on. And all of our clients and patients can actually partake and borrow stuff out on a short-term basis for trials. And Robbie and Margaret have been coming for a while, and I have the joy to see them almost every week.
What's it like going in there and getting access to this kind of thing? What kind of a difference does it make?
Well, I think any parent can relate to having different music in the toys and how
changing up the toys.
You get sick of those same tunes, so that's fabulous. But it really motivates Robbie to have something new and interesting that he wants to play with. So if I want him to stand and bear weight, which is something we're really working on, then having something that he's interested in that engages him, it really works for him. So we come in and we pick different things that he can touch and manipulate and twist and turn and work on those different skills, and that he really loves to play with. So I know the day after we get a new toy that I'm going to get a good half an hour of standing out of him, because he's going to be interested and engaged in that toy. So we're in all the time, and Eduardo's always there to help us pick something out.
And it's those victories, right, that keep you going and keep you positive and all those things. Child number 3, how much has CHEO, how much more have you appreciated CHEO given what you're going through? Like, is it just it must be off the charts,
yes,
right?
Yeah. I mean, I've been very lucky that my older 2 children haven't actually ever needed CHEO, so thank goodness for that. I mean, once you start showering at CHEO, I think it changes your perspective on what it's like, and you really appreciate all the services that you get, and to have a place that you can call home and feel safe. It's amazing.
And it is amazing to see families who aren't from here, the travel involved, and the fact if you are from here, how beneficial that is. It's just off the charts. Thank you both for a fantastic hour, especially you, because we both have had more sleep than you. Best of luck with Robbie. I think it's going to be great and fantastic, and it's clear your passion for your child and how engaged and involved you are, and I think people really benefited from hearing your story.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. It was fantastic. And another fantastic thing, we've got a new number, and it's getting larger and larger, which is great because we're heading towards 6 o'clock in just a few moments. What are we at now? We are at basically $5.5 million, $5,461,639. Thank you so much to everyone who has given. And please don't forget, we've got a little more than an hour left of Telethon on this wonderful Sunday. Please give what you can. CHEO works with thousands of children and young people who have complex medical conditions. 3-year-old Sawyer Hartwick is one of those kids. A team of experts at CHEO works together to develop a treatment plan specific to his unique needs to help him reach his full potential.
Oh, what's that? Sawyer Hartwick, like many other 3-year-olds, seems to enjoy finger painting at preschool. Here, this fun activity is a hands-on approach to therapy, teaching valuable developmental skills.
We need some of this.
Sawyer attends a preschool in Canada. Through a collaboration with CHEO, specialists work on site with children and teachers, integrating treatments and therapies into their daily activities. Sarah Atkins and Trevor Hartwick are Sawyer's parents.
For Sawyer, it's the one place that he gets the exact one-on-one help that he needs to thrive. He's always got somebody there pushing him for walking, hand over hand, learning to feed, learning to transition between positions.
It gives him the opportunity to learn how to be around other kids and to interact properly with them in his own way.
Brittany Plummer is one of the preschool teachers.
The CHEO Preschool is a specialized program for children with special needs, and they often have physical needs or developmental needs, and sometimes medical needs as well. We provide a therapy-based program for these children.
Sawyer was born with a global developmental delay.
Good boy.
The cause is unknown.
The first thing I noticed, he was probably about 2 or 3 months old, and my girlfriend at the time brought over her little boy, and when we had them next to each other on the couch, they were just very different stages.
Sarah's concerns would later be confirmed by a neurologist at CHEO.
It wasn't until we ended up at CHEO about 6-7 months old for a helmet because he had a flat head that neurology started looking into Sawyer. And while we were there, the neurologist noticed that Sawyer sat like this with closed fists and his thumbs inside, which was the first hint that there was something going on inside Sawyer's head that they wanted to explore a little bit more.
The CHEO preschool is just one part of Sawyer's treatment plan. Sue Mendelson is CHEO's Director of Development and Rehabilitation. Her department covers about 15 different disciplines.
We do have physicians, we have nurses, but we also have all of the allied health professions, physiotherapists, speech pathologists, audiologists, recreation therapists, social workers, psychologists, early childhood educators. I can't even name them all.
All of those therapies are integrated at the preschool. And at home.
Our whole purpose is to bring whatever professions are needed by that child and youth to really help them develop as much function as they can and be as independent as they can.
Sawyer is making great strides.
When he first started preschool, he was limited in his movements, so he was able to sit on his own, but then with the work of physio and the persistence with his parents at home as well, he's now made huge improvements.
Fish or cheese? The team at CHEO is helping Sawyer to reach new milestones and achieve his full potential.
Our philosophy is making sure that kids can participate to their fullest, whatever that means for them and for their family.
Just to let him be who he is and work with him.
He is who he was meant to be, and that's something you and I can't change, but we can help him be everything he can be.
And helping him be everything he can be. Those are great words, and
Yeah.
Sawyer joins us here now. We're so happy to have him, along with his parents, Sarah and Trevor. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
The school that he's in Canada, you've seen amazing change in him since he was enrolled. He was about 2 when he started there, and he can do so much more now,
He
right?
can. When he started, he could only sit. Now he's walking, he's sitting up, he's rolling over, he's self-feeding. He's had some amazing gains.
That team that they have and that almost one-on-one attention and interaction, it's amazing what can happen, right?
It is, yes.
And as a parent, when you're seeing those first, what are you feeling when you see him do those new things? And
just pure happiness. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Pure happiness for Sawyer when he sees his new walker, right? He's had this walker for about 4 months, Trevor?
This was the new one he just got.
Oh, he just got this one, okay. And he started walking about 4 months ago with a different walker then?
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. And that was a brand new thing, right? Because you were telling me backstage, he used to not pay attention to stuff that was just a little bit out of his way because he knew he couldn't get to it. But now, all of a sudden, it's opened up this whole world when he can make himself get there, right?
Yeah, he can really expand what he can get himself into and have some fun and get where he wants to go. And he's just learning so much more about the world because he can get different places and get there better on his own.
Because he never crawled.
Never crawled, still doesn't, but now with the walker, he'll get in it, he'll walk across the kitchen, grab something off the counter, he'll walk into preschool, he walks down grocery store aisles.
That's so amazing. Do you think he'd walk at the CHEO Telethon for us?
We can certainly try.
We'll see. I know it's a long day for these kids when they come in, and we make you wait for a little bit before the interview and stuff, but and this is the type of equipment that the donor dollars that people are calling in with, it goes towards this type of equipment that kids need to be their best selves.
It does.
Right.
We tried about 10 different walkers through OCTC CHEO Preschool and found that he walks best with this one.
Because this one is called, Trevor, what's the name of this walker? Bob. You name the walker, and he knows when you say grab onto Bob, he knows what you're talking about.
He does.
That's awesome. And Bob and Sawyer making their way over to us. It's amazing to see. And like you say, every day is a new possibility, and you don't know what the limits are or what the possibilities are for him, right? You're just living every day.
He sets his own limits, and we'll just help him get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. Well, we're very happy to meet you all, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for coming in. We're going to send it back over to JJ, who's going to get a few more of those donations going and make the phones ring. Jay.
And we'll just help him get there. Now, you got it, Mom, and you'll have that help. From everybody right here, and Wired Energy, our group, Wired Synergy, one of the high-tech firms that want to help out in a big way, and they are $10,000 Miracle Match is upon us. Thank you to Wired Synergy, believing in the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. This is it. Welcome to the program. If you're just coming in and getting settled in after a long, beautiful, sunny, warm day in the capital, finally, it's about time. Now, somebody out there is complaining about it's too hot and they've turned on the air conditioning. Could these be the same people that complained it was too cold up until last weekend? It's a beautiful day. We're happy to have a beautiful day. We're happy to have beautiful kids. We're happy to have a great hospital. And we're happy to be back inside. And we're happy to see that the telethon is on once again, the CHEO telethon. It's on every year. Please punch. You're back with us again this year. Just for a couple of minutes, it's all we need. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. This is actually a really good time to make that contribution, make your telephone call this year. More than ever, we need you. And the kids of Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec, our children, need us to make sure that health care that we get is first class, the very best there can possibly be. So that's why we're really happy when the telephones are ringing as they are, because it means miracles are happening right here by you calling that telephone number at 613-738-1450. Along with the Wired Synergy group with us and a $10,000 miracle match. And this, the last hour of the telethon for 2019. Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty darn good time to call. Operators are here and happy and have big smiles on their faces. And you will too after you hang up, making this a very important telephone call once a year. It's a really good investment in our community. It's a wonderful investment in our kids and their future. It is our community hospital, and we're so delighted to be able to, one time a year, this Sunday afternoon in June, say thanks. Oh yeah, CHEO, of course, we're there. We got the money. It is 673-814-50. That's the number to call. And Wired Synergy, they'll what? Double our donation. Wow. 35 seconds. That's a wonderful opportunity. And we were talking about investment just a few minutes ago. A 100% return on your investment is unheard of. Doesn't exist. There's not a bank in the world that'll give you 100% on your money. But Wired Synergy will right now. 15 seconds left. Telephone number, easy, 738-1450. Your donation is much appreciated and it's really necessary. And thank you so much in advance for your kindness. And thanks for making a miracle happen here along with Wired Synergy. Thank you so much.
Monthly giving is one of the easiest ways to make a difference for the kids at CHEO. Use your credit or Visa debit card. Call now to become a hero for CHEO by becoming a monthly donor. Thank you to the following for making the CHEO Telethon possible. One of the easiest ways to help the kids at CHEO is by donating online. Visit CHEOtelethon.com to make your telethon donation. Generous corporate sponsors will match your gift. It's a miracle match that doubles your impact thanks to Mytel, Liuna, Mattamy Homes, the Ottawa Professional Firefighters Association, Farm Boy, and CP.